There's so many chairs to choose from, guys. I don't know which ones you want.
I'm going to sit here.
Yeah.
Should we leave a buffer?
Yeah, please. It's so embarrassing.
All right. I'm just kidding.
Oh, wow.
I feel like you guys are so close, we don't need these.
We do.
I already see something I want.
All right, so we'll be building questions. Just because we have.
Well, this is for the whole panel. As you said, the Trolls have been around for so long. A lot of the people who were kids now that they were really big in the 90s are now grown up or just starting to enter the real world after college. What is in this movie for all ages and those people?
Well, I think it's a couple things. One is for irreverent comedy that Walt and I like what we did in Shrek. It kind of is a joke that where a dad laughs, then he looks down at his 8-year-old daughter and she's laughing at the same joke. I think that's magic. And then two is just the music. It seems to span like all age groups, and it does the same thing that like Guitar Hero did. You guys know anyone play Guitar Hero? Right. So a lot of dads were like, "Man, I like this song, and now my kids dig it too, man." And so I think a lot of our music does that in this film.
We talk about also the theme of happiness, and I think that applies to everyone. There's a big idea in here that we're all born with happiness. Sometimes we need someone to help us find it, but that we're all born with this ability to be happy. I think that's important.
It does apply to everyone, doesn't it?
It sure does.
Does it?
You guys are amazing.
Thank you.
You're doing a great job.
Hi, this question is for Justin. I'm really fascinated with the whole process with music producing and bringing something to life with film and music. How does that process work? Do you start researching songs and have an idea of a story before the film? Is it all created? Is that how the process starts?
Sure. Well, I can speak from, this is my first time to do it on this level. I've never sort of been the music producer
For a film.
For a film,
Nice.
Executive music producer.
Yeah.
Sounds so nice.
You know, for a musical like this,
Right.
which is, which I think to stay with the theme of sort of DreamWorks, what's made them so, I think, reverent, what Mike was alluding to, to take these classic, sort of toys and mythological, creatures from so long ago and really modernize them. I think that was sort of that was our MO with the music as well, and I think it fits with the humor, and like Mike said, some 7-year-old's gonna walk away knowing The Sound of Silence,
Right.
which is very cool.
Yeah.
Which is very cool, and a song like True Colors.
Yeah.
Now I came on a little after some of the songs were sought after and cleared, and I don't know if you know about the clearance process, but that can be like mind-numbing. So I think that once these songs were cleared and I kind of came in, True Colors was definitely already picked out for this moment in the movie, and was there the Sound of Silence clip in it? Sorry, we walked through that. That was already picked out too. So my job for that was just hopefully to make it, put our own spin on it, make it sound unique, make it sound like it belonged in the scene, much like a musical theater, theater almost.
Yeah.
So and then as well, wrote 4 original songs. One of them that you may or may not have heard, and which is in the movie as well, and specifically written for the movie. I've never done anything like that as well.
That's so cool.
So to write it specifically for the movie, and to have a little bit of a hack code into the fact that some of the music does sound very 70s, if I may.
It sounds so unique, such a unique spin to the songs.
There is, but I think overall you'll feel that a lot of the music definitely has like a little bit of like 70s funk to it. So that was definitely an inspiration for Can't Stop the Feeling as well. So yeah, I think you treat each moment, you get to see some of the animation and what they're working on, so you get to see how big a moment is. Was the gorillas
Yeah,
in there
we
as
showed
well?
that.
So you know that's going to be you're finally getting to see where the Bergens live,
Right.
and so you kind of just want to sonically complement that.
You made it a cohesive musical experience
Yeah.
too, because we've chosen music from so many eras, and to bring that all together, it might feel like a patchwork quilt, but to go through the production process with you guys on it, it's just been fabulous to bring it all together.
Thanks.
Weave it together.
Fun too to I'm sorry I'm talking about you like you're not here. It's been fun too to work with specifically with Anna, because she's such a good singer, and she doesn't fancy herself that, but
It's a lie, I'm
But
wonderful.
yeah, but I'm pretty snobby anyway. So and it's been so much fun to work with her. I mean, all the work that we actually did together was just me kind of sitting at the board and us talking about her singing and her vocal performance,
Nice.
because it's definitely part of there's a like Get Back Up Again it's her singing, but she's also acting.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
there's a lot
Get
that
Back Up
goes
Again.
into it.
Yeah.
Get Back Up Again was written by Pasek and Paul, who wrote the music for Dear Evan Hansen, and we wanted something that felt like the I Want song. That's one of those kind of
Broadway, Disney.
Broadway things, like the I Want song, and it's her I Want song. And we had a take that when they were coaching me on Skype and stuff, and we had a take that was good, and after working with Justin for a while, I was like, I feel like we should go back, and everyone was like, why? It's fine.
Mhm.
And we went back, and I think I would bet 95% of what's in the movie is from my session with Justin, because as someone who's a singer, he gives such specific notes that are so helpful that it just tightened it so much, and I feel like we got so much more kind of heart and mischief and sass from her.
Yeah, and it
in what's
feels
in the movie.
like the storytelling doesn't stop, and now it's time for music, and now it carries on. Like
Yeah.
you guys really helped. It seemed like that's part of the storytelling. Like a film shouldn't stop for a fight sequence and then carry on. Like the music is really helping to tell the story, and
Yeah.
you guys were a big part of it.
We had a lot of discussions about that. I'm a big fan of musicals. The first one that comes to mind, which is The Music Man, or Singing in the Rain, where you're getting a piece from the character that's moving the story along, and you're getting a piece from the story that's moving the story along, and the music, like Mike said, the music services that. I feel like it's a lot more challenging, probably for young people, the type of musicals where, like we said, the music starts and time stops. And then it's like they end the music and everyone's like goes
It's the
back to
same
where they were.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to definitely modernize our movie and make everything kind of service the movie and move it along.
Any question for our filmmakers?
Yeah. What was part of the process of that performance? Because they mentioned earlier that there were 1,000 songs. How long was the process of narrowing down that 1,000 songs to the 4 also that you created?
I mean, you guys, it was. I mean, there were 4 different versions of Get Back Up Again. I feel like there were songs that we cleared or tried out for different scenes and are still trying out
We're
for
still
different,
doing it to this
for
day.
different
We
scenes
have to
and,
run
and
away,
still
clear
coming
some
up
more
with
songs.
ideas, to service those moments.
But it was definitely a big part of the meetings when we first started the movie. We'd spend 3 hours like, here we go, just a list of songs, which was cool. Like, we're just gonna listen to music today. But it had to be, it had to fit the story, it had to fit the tone of the movie, and it had to have kind of this everlasting feeling.
Yeah.
Some of them we like to call sort of guilty pleasures.
Yeah.
Oh, I know this song. How silly! But by the end of it, you're weeping.
Yeah, you're like, there's a reason this song
Yeah.
sticks around.
Well, and then every once in a while too, you come across some irony, like Gorillaz' Clint Eastwood. That is literally the line is, happy and feeling glad. I got sunshine in a bag.
Yeah.
And we're using it for the Bergens in complete irony because there's nothing happy about that. That scene.
And we've been working on the movie for 3 theater, so you can just imagine how 2 hours a day of going through music, like how it's probably more than 1,000 songs, right?
Probably. Let's not talk about that.
I enjoyed it.
Okay. I'm Branch, so.
I'm Poppy. That's Poppy.
My
Anna's
question's for the
Brand.
filmmakers. In the last clip there, we see this fabulous, well, I noticed, I'm sure maybe everybody else noticed, the fabulous glittery troll.
Yeah.
So when the movie comes out, are we gonna have like a tie-in with new dolls released or new merchandise?
Yeah, that was actually that was one of the trolls that was invented in the 90s, and it's
90s glitter troll.
and that's the one tribe that doesn't wear clothes. They have a lot of body confidence. They just wear glitter, and now I'm gonna nerd out again like I did with you guys before. Wasn't that like one of the biggest challenges?
Yeah, the big
for our
challenge was
film?
the glitter. Like the computer couldn't understand the glitter. So we always say there's this room somewhere where these guys have lab coats on and they're throwing
Yeah.
glitter at each other.
Glitter task
filming
force.
it, typing code. We've got it.
Well, we thought it would be the hair. Like the hair does everything in this film. Like it changes color, it changes shapes, it stretches. You know, like a monkey tail holds on to stuff. But it was the glitter was a big part of it. So we were very glad that you noticed that glitter.
Oh, I loved him.
Yeah, his name is
I
Guy
loved
Diamond.
one of
by the
those.
way. Guy Diamond is your guy. That's the glitter.
Perfect, Guy Diamond, love him.
And what was, is it Russell Brand's character that's kind of like an animal more?
No, that's
Ron Funches.
Ron
Okay.
Funches. His name is Cooper. His character.
But he's a troll. He is a troll.
Well, Walt and I did a bunch of research for these. Anyone collect troll dolls here? Okay, you guys are wonderful people. Some of you guys are a little stranger than others and have way
We
too
had
many.
troll dolls.
We had troll dolls too. But anyway, so when we visited people that had extensive collections of these troll dolls, there was always this funky, freaky giraffe with a troll head on it,
Yeah.
with a 70s cap, and so we're like, okay, we'll put that in our film as well. So that's why there's a giraffe character.
half-breed.
A half-breed of, I don't know if I'd call it. But it is, it's the only troll, and it's a really popular one. It is the only troll that's like, oh, it's just a giraffe with a troll head.
Yeah, like a centaur or something.
Right.
Yeah.
When we were
Or a
breaking,
mermaid.
Or
yeah,
mermaid.
when we were breaking the story, I would bring it to the meeting and say, okay, who's he gonna be?
Yeah.
You know, like
He was
because
our
he's gotta go in
inspirational-
our movie.
Very inspirational
Insane.
character.
Yeah.
Very strange, the trolls.
It seems like there's a lot of variations. That each troll has some sort of special thing about them. I'm curious how many there are, and then what that process.
There is 300,000.
Well, imagine there's a whole universe of different kinds of trolls. In this movie, you probably see, I don't know how many different kinds
There's
of
a
trolls.
lot of. There's one called Fuzzbert that's just all hair and feet.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys saw him. Did you see the guy with the little worm? That's James Corden. His
Yeah.
name is Biggie. He's bigger than all the other trolls.
He's kind of the cat lady of the group.
Yeah, he's got a little worm that he dresses up in hats, takes pictures of him. And then yeah, there's such a variety that it would be so
and Satin
boring.
and Chenille are connected
Oh
by
yeah,
their hair.
the conjoined twins. They're
They're
connected.
the fashionistas.
Yes, they're into fashion.
Played by Iconopop. Because
You guys know I don't care.
Yeah.
They leave the singing
Why
to
am I
these
singing?
guys.
It's just what the movie does to you, man.
It's got me.
Yeah, for Anna and Justin, I wanted to ask you, did you guys ever have any trolls? You don't have to have a huge collection, but did you have any? And do either of you have a favorite song in this film that you were so glad is in it?
I had trolls.
Careful how you answer that.
I had trolls growing up. My first question to them after they finished pitching me the movie was, does Poppy have a diamond belly button? Because
Yeah.
the jeweled belly button trolls are the best trolls. And they said, no, but she has glitter freckles. So that I was like, okay, that's
We
fine.
got there.
That's all right.
Negotiations.
And I had the pencil toppers, which made it seem like homework was fun, even when homework wasn't fun. But they are that kind of ugly cute. Like, it's hard to say what draws kids to them, but I think it's like pug dogs. They're like so ugly that they're cute.
But in a way.
And my favorite song is "Can't Stop the Feeling." So I'm
Good answer. Your check is in the mail. I think like they become disarming because, you know, not to like speak ill of things like Barbies, but I think
Boo. No.
but I think they, you know, like they disarm, I think, especially young females. Probably, I remember when I was a young female. No, I mean, I can imagine that it's very disarming.
Yeah, I had a
because
confusing relationship with my Barbie. But I love trolls.
Yeah,
I
like-
tortured my Barbie.
Yeah, I feel like it's, you know, all like, I'm sure growing up it's easy to go through like, you know, some sort of body dysmorphia, you know, thing, and I feel like they probably are very disarmed. I remember in sort of second and third grade, I didn't have one, but every girl in school had one, and they had the treasure trolls, the ones with the jewels in the belly, and I remember the pencil toppers, and you know, it's like girls would brush the hair, and they were every bit as big as any other doll that came out for, you know, geared towards to young females.
Yeah, it's very important that you say that, because it was important to us that we retain their bellies and some of their heft and everything, and make sure that they didn't turn into Barbie dolls.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Their
'cause that was
stumpy
very
legs and their little
important.
toes.
Yeah.
Toes.
Weird little
Like a
toes.
Bergen.
Imperfect teeth.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
What were some of the adversity that you had to overcome and be inspired by the script and the music to just laugh it off? Any quick anecdotes that you
What?
might adversity during the making of the movie? Were there any adversities that you had to laugh off in the end? Like, oh, that was so funny. Remember when this happened? Let's do get blew up, but we're all great.
That's a loaded question.
Yeah, well, you know, that's probably more a question for the filmmakers
Yeah,
and the
we
producer.
have a really
Like,
easy
this is
time
like,
of it.
we didn't have to film a scene in the freezing cold, you know, we didn't have to, you know, like, it was...
Where, yeah, like you
Yeah.
don't have to worry about like your body mic and where it's supposed to go on your weird futuristic costume.
No hair and makeup to
No hair
suffer
and
I've had
makeup.
more
right?
fun working on this movie. I mean, there were challenges, you know, there's challenges with the music because it's, you know, it's not easy to come up with a full arrangement for a song, especially one that's so classic and popular, and you know, we've gone through different iterations of different musical of some of the musical performances, cutting them down, extending them, cutting them down, extending them. So that can become a little time consuming, but it's still fun work. It's still fun to try to crack the code of trying to, you know, not linger on with music, but still not cut any of what's very important to the characters in the story. But that sounds like the most trivial thing compared to probably the verse you guys.
The glitter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the glitter.
Very intense. You're the first
glitter.
person who's spoken to in 3 years.
Yeah.
Been in a little room there.
With no window, no lights and editing.
We've had so much
no
fun
clocks.
making this movie.
Yeah,
And
it's
the
been
crew
really
has
cool.
too, and you can really feel it in the movie itself. I think that's important, so we foster it. I think it's been a good
And the
time.
crew's really proud of this thing too. Like it's really got a unique look to it that they're stoked about. And like I said, the glitter. Like everyone's like, man, we nailed that glitter. It's kind of fun to hear them. Like I got no complaints.
Yeah,
Except
the
the hair and
crew-
makeup we go through preparing for Anna and
Yeah.
Justin. That's a pain tonight. We
Yes,
get all gussied
we
up.
have to get gussied up when they come in.
Yeah. Our best. It takes hours. Hours.
The chord progression for that song is just absolutely the true colors. It really made me cry.
Oh, good.
So it's just flawless work. 3 years I should tell it.
Well, I can't. I didn't start 3 years ago. Let me be very clear. And that arrangement for that was done by, you know, it was a group of people that all worked on it. So it's not. I can't take credit for.
I'm sure you can.
But I will.
They're not here.
We have time for one more question.
You guys killed it on True Colors. Do you get nervous when you take on a classic like that? And how do you approach it?
I was very nervous, to be honest. I mean, I remember the whole time I was doing the recording session, I was like, what is Cindy gonna think? You know, like, and I still don't know. And I guess it's too late to worry about it because it's already in the movie. So, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, I'm sure you felt the same.
Yeah, I do think though that having an acting objective makes it easier for me. When we sang it at Cannes, I was totally terrified, but when I'm singing it in the movie and and I'm listening to Justin and I'm thinking about like what we have to accomplish for the story, it sort of distracts from that and it gives me a simpler intention.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you guys.
Thank you. Can't wait to see it.